Hi everybody, Ward Stair here. I hope you all had a great weekend. And it's Monday, which means we have another broadcast on WXXI to talk about. I want to thank our friends for doing the rebroadcast over at WXXI and bringing you highlights from our last season. This week is Opera Week, so we're going to be rebroadcasting Cosi fan tutte by Mozart. It's an amazing work. You all know that I love opera so much, and of course I'm sure we all love Mozart. And in my humble opinion, Mozart was at his very best when he was writing operas. Cosi is, of course, one of the great masterpieces in all of opera, and it's a piece. It's kind of an ensemble work. It's very dependent on great singing, and so I want to give a special shout out to our singers because we had an incredible cast with us last year. We had Rebecca Farley as Fiordaligi, we had Sofia Solowski as Dorabella, we had Jonas Hacker as Ferrando, Craig Verm was Guglielmo, Sam Handley was Don Alfonso, and Maria Valdez was Despina. Now, as all of you, I'm sure, remember if you were there, the plot has a lot of twists and turns, and it's very clever. And one thing that we use in this opera to advance the plot and help tell the story is recitativo. So I also want to give a special thanks to Kinza Turrell, who joined us from Vancouver and played the forte piano. Now the forte piano is somewhat, it's kind of in between a harpsichord and a piano like we know today. It was a very, very early version of the modern piano. And Mozart actually wrote his recitativo in Cosi for the forte piano. And we were all very grateful to the Eastman School of Music because they loaned us a fantastic instrument that Kinza played. And Kinza did a fantastic job just sculpting all the recitatives so that they fit perfectly with what we were doing on stage and how we cut the opera so that it worked in the semi-staged format. So thanks to Kinza as well. As I said, it was semi-staged. Now, I know when you're listening to it on the radio tonight, you won't be able to enjoy the staging element of it, but you can close your eyes and kind of imagine. But I also want to give a special shout out to Grant Pricer, who was our director. Grant had been with us a couple seasons earlier when we did La Boheme, and we were thrilled that he joined us again for Cosi, and he did a wonderful job. There is also a small role for the chorus, and we were very grateful to work with the wonderful singers at Madrigalia, led by Carrie Ratcliffe, so thanks to them. It was a phenomenal way to end last season. The work itself, I don't want to go into the details of the plot. You can look it up if you like before you hear it tonight. It may help you kind of understand what's going on and how the plot is developing. But there are a lot of twists and turns. There are a few contests, there's lots of subplots, there's a little bit of deception that happens. Of course, there's love. All the standard things, minus murder and vengeance that you have in opera, are here for sure. And along the way, no matter what's going on stage or who thinks what about the situation, the one thing you can always turn to for the truth is the music. And there's not a single bad bar of music in this entire opera. It is exquisite. And it helps tell us this story, which is, I think, quite beautiful. It's a timeless message that resonates with audiences still today and will continue to be relevant for all time, because it basically says, you know what, we're imperfect. That's humanity. Humanity is flawed. We all have flaws. And you know what, at the end of the day, it's okay. It's okay for us to be flawed. And we have to follow our hearts and just try to be true to ourselves. And that's a really beautiful message. And I think the way Mozart was able to bring that to life through the music is extraordinary. So it's been great to think about that wonderful performance, those two performances that we had at the end of last season. And don't miss your chance to experience the music once more tonight, 8 p.m. on WXXI, Cosi fan tutte, with our extraordinary cast, chorus, and of course the Rochester Philharmonic Orchestra. Have a great week, everyone, and stay safe.